Midlife Good Life. I'm Tim and this is
Susan.
We wanted to just touch base with you today. One of the things that we're thinking about is how we respond when life gets really, really busy.
Yeah, like I know if you've watched the previous vlogs, then you know that I had gone to visit my parents and my grandmother last week, the end of last week, beginning of the last week. I had gone and done that, and then I got home, and this past Tuesday, again, if you saw a previous vlog, then you know that Ashley and Tim left to go to Florida to visit his parents and spend time in Florida and visit around and do some adventuring there. And so they got home Saturday about 8:30, and then we had Sunday morning by 7:15, 7:30. Tim was out of the house, and he didn't get home till 8:30 that night, and he never came home all day. And then Monday he was out again early because it was storming, so you got to your office early. And then you had a lunch meeting, and you had meetings through the day, and you got home Monday, and I don't remember what we did Monday.
We went out to dinner.
We had a dinner meeting appointment already scheduled with a friend, and it was great. I mean, it was great, but it was still not us spending time together. And then this morning he had to be at a state meeting up in Alexandria, so he had to leave early and head to that, and we didn't see each other until finally about 4:30 today.
So it doesn't take too many days before we have the ability to get out of sync, not necessarily crossways with each other, but it's like, hey, you're a stranger in my life all of a sudden, and that's not the way we like to live. So
that we hadn't spent time together, we hadn't really seen each other. I mean, we were texting, and I think I like called
mostly when I was driving.
No. But I think we had like talked to each other maybe twice while you were down in Florida, you know, on the phone. But life just gets busy. I get busy, he gets busy. We get busy completely separate in separate states. We get completely busy in the same town. Yeah.
So some of the things that we like to do today, when I got back from my meeting today, I needed to make a hospital visit in Lafayette, which is about an hour away for us. And so one of the things that I really love is that on those kinds of days, Susan will get in the car and just ride with me, even if sometimes that just means she sits down in the lobby or something like that and waits for me to do a hospital visit. But I appreciate that. You've probably noticed that we do a lot of our vlogs in the car. For some reason, we've spent a lot of our relationship driving places, and we've just always...
We spend a lot of time in the car, though, I think. Not as much as we used to, but we do spend a lot of time in the car.
But we've always found it a great time to talk. We've traveled well.
Sometimes when Tim would get home and he had a long day or a lot of, you know, just dealing with a lot of church stuff, that he would come home and he's just said before, hey, let's just go for a drive. And it doesn't have to be a long, lengthy drive anywhere. Just, I mean, 15 miles. Go out 15 miles and turn around and come back. A 30-minute drive, a 20-minute drive. So I'd say even if, and I know we don't have kids to deal with, but probably even if you have little kids, pile them in all their car seats, stick them in the car, give them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a bag of cookies, and let them ride in the back seat while you go for a drive, and like just talk to your husband or talk to your wife and just have a conversation. How was your day? Look at each other. I think sometimes if you're in the house, there's a good chance you're gonna have stuff that distracts you.
Or you just fall asleep in your brown chair, hypothetically speaking.
True. So even when you came home at 8:30 on Sunday, I couldn't really talk to you.
No, I was done.
So I'm trying to think of what else we do.
Well, I think sometimes we'll grab breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go to Sonic and just go sit at Sonic and just grab breakfast. Doesn't take long,
Yeah.
but it's just time that we stop what we're doing and we hang out together just for a few minutes. Sometimes you'll drop me off at work when we're done. So, I mean, it's 15 or 20 minutes. But even that 15 or 20 minutes makes a difference.
And I know, you know, a lot of people are like rushing and scurrying out of their house in the mornings, or they go at completely separate times. So, you know, it doesn't always work. But for us, I mean, we're very intentional. We get up early, we set the timer, set the clock, and know, okay, tomorrow morning we're going to do this. And he goes out running in the mornings, but he'll come home and cut things short and be fast and have everything ready, and I'll be awake and be ready to go do the same. And yeah, that doesn't take that long.
We also watch TV in the evenings. We like to watch stuff on Hulu or Netflix and stuff like that. We hang out and do that. But man, sometimes we just shut it down, and even sometimes we don't necessarily talk right away, but just get still and get quiet, and then conversation usually develops and comes out, and it's just
like we'll say we're gonna read a book, like, hey, let's read. We'll just put on some music, like on Pandora or on the TV, you know, through Roku or TV or whatever, and we'll be like, let's just read for a little while, and then we might read for 5 minutes, and then, oh, hey, did you hear about such and such, or did you read this, or did you talk to so and so today, or hey, one of the kids said this, and then it just turns into a conversation. This is the worst cameraing we've ever done.
We don't get a lot of stuff read, but we do enjoy conversation.
What am I going to do about that? Yeah. So what else do we do? I'm going to have to edit it.
Yeah, you are. Okay, we're going to kill it for a second. One other thing that we've been doing over the last couple of months is sometimes we're so busy, we're like, oh, I got to tell Susan this, or she's got to tell me something, and then when we get together, we can't remember those things. We have actually been putting stuff on an app called Wunderlist, and we call it Things to Talk About Later. We can't always interrupt our day, but we just put topics, and we'll get to those topics when we can.
We actually have a topic sitting on Wunderlist right now.
We do. I haven't looked at it.
Has to do with some travel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we need to have some travel conversations.
About
because we like to travel. Because we like to travel. Travel while traveling. That's it.
So that just gives us an opportunity to, even if we can't stop and have a conversation about something right away, we can remember to do it later. Maybe you don't need to do that because you're not old like we are, but it's been helpful.
It has. And it pops up on Wunderlist. I see it and he sees it, so we know that we're thinking of something we need to talk about. So it's not just your list or my list. It's a shared list, like the grocery list on Wunderlist. One day maybe we'll have a vlog about wonderful apps that we use. Yes.
So what doesn't work for us is telephone conversations.
I don't love to talk on the phone. I mean, I'll talk on the phone. I mean, I just talked to a friend Friday, and I talked to 2 friends on Friday on the phone. You know who you are if you're looking at this. But like, I enjoyed that conversation because I haven't talked to them in a long time regularly. But I mean, I just prefer text because you and I do see each other often enough that we can just send a quick note. It's not catching up with everything about your kids and your life and everything. Yeah,
well,
I just don't find the phone. I don't like the phone.
You are very impatient with the phone.
I guess so. That's probably true. I am.
The other day,
if we have something to say, then let's say it. But if we don't have something to say, I don't need to stay on the phone just to stay on the phone.
So that's why when I get home, we need to hang out face to face.
Yeah, I like face to face.
Face to face is good.
Face to face. So that's it. I mean, that's some things that we do. We just try to be intentional, even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then when it's been a full week and parts of 2 weeks that have been kind of a mess, then we're really intentional of saying, okay, tonight he's going to Lafayette. You know what? I'm riding just to go. Just be intentional about it. I think that works for us. So, and we like each other, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, and
I like to hang out with you.
We can just tell if we're not current, if we're not up to date. It's not good, and we have to spend a little bit of effort to make it good.
Yeah.
And it's always worth it.
Yep. Well, we are almost home, and the sun is setting, and it's been a good evening,
and you have an awful lot of editing to do on this video.
Yeah. Sorry, folks, for all the changes of angles and scenery and roads and sunshine coming in different angles. That's just the way it goes. So, but if you have ways that you like to hang out with your spouse, your husband, or your wife, comment below. Let us know what you do for kicks and what you like to do to make sure you're intentional in your relationship. And who knows, we'll have another vlog coming up soon. We don't know what it's about yet. We haven't talked about it. We haven't seen each other enough to talk about it, and that has not been on the top of our list. So, all right, have a great day.